Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Bain, coming to you live from Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, right here in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another installment of Rubbing and Grubbing. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Every Wednesday, 6 o'clock, right here at Coach's Corner. Got a lot to talk about. Sorry I missed last week. I had some car trouble. It happens. Had to hit the pit crew, man, change some tires, do some things. Got it squared away. Now we're back, man. So going to start tonight's show out, man, by just saying a big thanks to all our former current, or retired current, and lost service members out there. Memorial Day is a huge deal. As a nation, we celebrate it big. As a sport, NASCAR celebrates it big, man. So at the end of the day, just want to start the show out saying thanks and prayers to all the families right here from the Rubbing and Grubbing crew. I mean, if you didn't see the race last week there at the Circuits of the America, as you know, my boy Chase Elliott caught the win there. That's one of those right place, right time. Great car. Had that caution not falling when it fell, probably wouldn't have come home with the win. I think Kyle Larson was sitting in the catbird seat right there as well. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. I said he was going to do it. He did it. All right, I got that off my back. I'm good to go now. So moving right in, man, word of the day. Have no idea what it's going to be. Last week we didn't have one, obviously. Didn't have the show. So Lawrence, if you never played along, what we do is Lawrence, my producer, is going to throw a word right up here. Have no clue what it's going to be tonight, what it's going to end up being. Anyways, every time I say that word, you're going to take a sip of your favorite adult beverage, whether it be a mixed drink, whether it be a Bud Light, whether you want to take a shot, however you want to roll. All age appropriate. Kids, go ahead, go get some Kool-Aid, some soda, whatever it is. Do the same, play along, have a good time, man. And like I said, today's word of the day is going to be this. Have no clue, man. We're just going to have to wait and see what it's going to be. So NASCAR news. Man, I tell you what, we got a lot of news to talk about. Kyle Larson absolutely dominates the Coca-Cola 600, one of the crown jewels of NASCAR. That was a big deal race, man. That's kind of the turning point of the season, halfway point where you want to bring all the information you accumulated before on those mile and a halves and throughout your program, build a new car, team perform flawlessly, and just bring your best equipment, man. I tell you what, that 5 car has been on fire. If you're a fan, you've been keeping up with the sports, you know, leading a lot of laps, just not quite getting those wins. Here at the Coca-Cola 600, finally got it done, man. Moving right along into the next part of the news, kind of goes hand in hand. Hendrick Motorsports takes over the all-time winningest owner in NASCAR history. That one win above Petty Enterprise right now. Third place is going to be JGR. That is back there for a good ways. I think they're at like 190, 190 something. Hendrick, that was his 269th career win as a owner. And I tell you what, man, I'd be damned, but I know my boy Jeff Gordon, he got him a good bit of those, man. So, hey, at the end of the day, like I said, love it, always love it. Swear bucket, there it is. My dollar's in, man. We're good to go, man. So, hey, like I said, big congrats out there to Rick Hendrick and that whole organization, man. He has built a powerhouse over there with the amount of young talent he has. And I'm not going to be surprised this year to have a couple, if not maybe 3 even cars of his in the championship 4, man. We'll have to see how the rest of the season goes, but it would not surprise me one bit. These guys are going out there absolutely killing it, week in and week out. Consistency, horsepower. They just got some good equipment right now, so everybody else got to kind of catch up to Hendrick, but big congrats out to him as well. Man, solid deal. Phoenix signed again for the championship race in 2022. I tell you what, man, they put on an absolute amazing show last year for that championship with my boy Chase Elliott bringing it home. Loving that. Maybe get that repeat. Praying for that repeat. Cheering for the repeat, man. Got to get Elliott another one. Back-to-back championships would be absolutely huge, and love to see it happen for him. So stoked to see it be back at Phoenix again, not only this season, but next season as well. I think Phoenix as a track, they do a really good job hosting that event. Not only that, I also think that it's a very unique racetrack, a very exciting race, very passable. Pit strategy can come to work there. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a great place to end the season. My personal opinion still, if you've ever watched the show before when we talk about where these championship races should be run, I think it should be a lottery drawn every 3 years. Sounds about right to me. So, once we make the playoffs, the award ceremony, once we crown our champion at the award ceremony, there should be like a lottery draw. kind of like they do, I guess in like a draft for the NBA or a lottery pick and see which team, draws first. But, you have 5 staple tracks you're going to race every year in those final 10, and then 5 other ones that at that award ceremony they draw. And they set that schedule based on that. I think that gives a fair opportunity for some of these smaller tracks to be able to maybe not necessarily host the championship race, but be a part of the championship run, generate some more funds, get some more publicity. I just think it's something NASCAR should look into. So that's my opinion on that. But hey, man, if you guys are tuned in, thank you guys so much. As always, as I always say, like, share, follow us on all our social media outlets, man. Check us out on YouTube. Lawrence does an amazing job editing the show, putting up a different version of it, little more in-depth version of it every Saturday or Sunday right there on our YouTube channel, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Check us out, subscribe, man, tell your friends. Greatly appreciated, man. Hope everybody's having a good time. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day, safe Memorial Day out there. Like I said, we did for sure. I came up, stopped by here at Coach's Corner. This place was rocking. Had a big concert this past weekend. Got a lot more of that coming up here later on in the show. But yeah, man, it was rocking for sure. So, recap, Coca-Cola 600. This is, like I said, one of the crown jewels of the sport. This is one of the biggest races that you want to go out. You absolutely want to win this race, not only to show your dominance, but to show where your program's headed. On top of that, longest race of the year, 600 miles on a 1.5 miles at Charlotte that goes from the daytime deep into the nighttime. The track changes so much, so it really tests you as a team, not only equipment-wise and the mechanics of your car, but how good you operate as a whole unit, from your pit crew to your crew chief to you as a driver, to understanding what's going on with the track and what changes need to be made. This is a package deal. This is the most important race to see where your program is at halfway through the season. So like I said, I think that's awesome. Absolutely amazing. Man, like I said, Kyle Larson starting out front, never missed a beat, man. I mean, absolutely killed it, dominated the whole race. Lost the lead there just for a few laps in between Chase Elliott and William Byron. But at the end of the day, nothing too major, drove right by him. At the end of the race, I mean, almost an 11-second lead over second place Chase Elliott, man. So that'll tell you how dominant he was, not only on the track, but their pit crew as well. You guys been watching. You know he's been hot for weeks. He's been leading a absolute ton of laps, man. If we're going to get into a little more of that deeper in the show, but absolutely dominating. Hendrick Motorsports as a whole has dominated. All 4 cars inside the top 5. Kyle Busch separated those guys right there, coming home with that 3rd place finish, man, and kind of stopped the Hendrick freight train from happening again. But to have all 4 cars finish inside the top 5, and then in 6th place would be a Hendrick motor and Austin Dillon. I tell you what, man, Hendrick Motorsports and their motor program has that horsepower, baby, and they are running. I'm telling you, Chevy, all day right now until somebody else shows me something different. They are absolutely killing everybody, man. So, yeah, 327 of 400 laps led for Kyle Larson. That's how dominant he was there at Charlotte. I mean, absolutely dominant. Pretty sure he won all 4 stages, wrapped it up. I mean, the stage points are ridiculous that he gained in that one race. And it just shows, if anybody out there was right there on the verge deserving that win, Kyle Larson deserved that win. He deserved quite a few more. He should already be at about 3 or 4, if you want my honest opinion. But just didn't work out that way. So that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Crumbled in the right way for him here at the 600. Absolutely ate the whole cookie. Nobody else even got a crumb because he was so dominant. But a great run for him, man. Like I said, Kyle Busch, man, bringing that thing home, 3rd place. I think right now he is definitely killing it. Got that win. Out of all the Toyota teams we talk about, he's starting to poke his nose inside that top 3 and kind of compete for wins over the last couple of weeks, compared to Martin Truex, who has definitely had quite a few bad runs over the past 3 or 4 races. And then you look at Denny Hamlin, very consistently quiet, but not running up front like you're used to seeing him up there dominating races or getting stage wins or winning races. So until there again, they get some other people there together at JGR and some guys start stepping it back up. Kyle Busch got to be the hottest guy right now in their stable. Great run for him. Not a fan, but love to see him do good. Makes everybody else do good, man. I tell you what, more huge news at the 600. Martin Truex Jr. having another bad run. As I just said, a few weeks in a row now, not getting good finishes, wrecked out there at Circuits of the America. Charlotte, a place where you've seen him just absolutely come and destroy the race, kill the competition, absolutely bring it home, you know, kill and dominate, bring it home with the win. And he just didn't have anything for anybody out there this week or last week, honestly. So, as I say all the time, this is a very trendy sport, and with what we have going on right now, he's turning in the wrong direction, man. He's got to kind of get it together, but we're going to see, man. And, I mean, a big question for me is if anybody out there watching this show or watching NASCAR has seen Kurt Busch, can you please tell me where he's been? Because he has been absolutely non-existent other than some highlight reels, and I'm just wondering what's going on with him, but we're going to talk about that. So if you've seen Kurt Busch, text me, let me know where he's at, man. It's kind of like where's Waldo right now. Hey, point standing situation, man. I tell you what, the points right now are all shaken up. It's about time in the season. We're not going to worry about the regular season points. We're going to start worrying about the playoff points for the most part, man. And I tell you what, as of the normal right here, you got Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Logano, and Truex. Playoff picture was huge, man. You have Martin Truex fell big. Kyle Larson jumped over the top with those stage wins, man. So right now you got Larson sitting up there. You got Elliott sitting up there. MTJ fell back, man. So he's got to get together, even with 3 wins, having the most wins out of every driver in the series right now. But he is not leading the playoff picture just because of the inconsistency over the last few weeks. So it's something he's got to get together. We got to get it going. If he wants to rebound, obviously he's still going to be in those playoffs, I feel like. But to be a competitor, you got to get hot at the right time. He's got some time to get it together, get the data, get the cars built back, get them comfortable again, get another win or two. But he's got some time, but he's got to start making it happen now because the sooner the better for him, man. So moving into checkered flag for charity. This is the most important part of the show to me, as well as everybody here that supports the show. Help save one of our own. Local charity right here in Savannah. Love doing big things for the community. They absolutely help in every aspect that they can here at Coach's Corner for things that John and Adele Henderson do, fundraisers, different things, all about community, man. So what we do is we call it the checkered flag for charity. So every week, whatever car number wins the race, we donate that much money into our swear bucket or into our charity bucket. It all goes to help save one of your own. The exact number is still coming in, but I know right now we've raised over right around $3,100, if not a little bit more than that. Man, I tell you what, it has been such a blast, but there again, none of that is possible without you guys out there. Stop by Coaches anytime you're here, man. Throw an extra $1 in there. Say you want to make a donation to help save one of our own or any charity they have going on here. It all goes back to help the local community, man. They do a lot of great things out of Coach's Corner here in Thunderbolt, Georgia, man. I tell you, John and Adele Henderson are 2 of the greatest people, as well as everybody that they work with to make these charities happen. I tell you what, man, absolutely a lot of big hearts around here. But at the end of the day, none of that is possible without you guys donating. So like we say all the time, doesn't matter if it's nickels, pennies, dimes, 10s, 20s, 100s, 50s, whatever it may be, man, come by, throw a donation. Come check out Rubbin' and Grubbin' anytime. Cool little vibe, get some good food, good beer. If you're here on a weekend, you're going to catch some good music out in the Sound Garden. Come by, man, donate, checkered flag for charity. So, as we all know, Kyle Larson won last week. Here at Rubbin' and Grubbin', $5 is never good enough. We're always going to round it up when it's below 20 to the 20. $20 going into that swear bucket right there from earlier. So that tonight's total is 21. We're doing all right so far right now. Now, Lawrence, out of the kindness of his heart, we're going to donate the win for the Chase Elliott Circuits of the America as well. 9 car wins, not good enough. Another 20 goes into that bucket, man. That's how we do it here on Rubbin' and Grubbin', man. We got a lot of good guys that are behind the scenes that help support everything that we do. Big shout out and thanks to them, man. Moving right on into the next version of the show. One of my favorite parts, man. We're getting ready to talk about what we got going down this week. What I'm thinking, top 5. I mean, it could be a little bit crazy. It might not be a little bit crazy, man. We're getting ready to get into some stuff, man. But brings us to who's hot, who's not. So we're going to talk about who's turning in the right direction, who's turning in the wrong direction. And there's some names that switched around. There's some familiar names on a couple sides, but at the end of the day, there are some guys that I got listed, man, that got to get some things together. So right now, no way in the world, if you ever watch NASCAR, if you've been watching NASCAR this season, you could ever say that Kyle Larson is not the most hottest street driver right now out on that track. This guy is showing up on road courses. He's showing up on mile and a half. He's showing up anywhere and everywhere. When they unload that 5 car, they're unloading that 5 car, man. That thing is fast. Leading laps, as I alluded to earlier, 327 out of the 400 here at Charlotte, 289 out of the 325 there at Atlanta. First driver here this season to lead 1,000 laps, Kyle Larson. And he's got a pretty good little gap there on some folks, man. So that just tells you how dominant he's been, just not being able to quite seal the deal with those checkered flags. But he got 2. I tell you, he'd probably have 3 or 4 had things fallen a couple different. He could have 4 easy if you ask me. Hottest guy in the sport right now, streaking. There again, going to another road course. Didn't expect him to run too great at the Circuit City of America in the rain with the windshield wiper in a downpour. And the man pretty much was sitting in the right place, just didn't have things fall his way. So at the end of the day, like I said, hottest guy in the sport. My man right now, Chase Elliott, heating up just nice at the right time that I love to see. We're getting into those summer months. We're getting into a run where we're getting ready to go to a lot of road courses here coming up. We're getting ready to get to some other tracks that he is very successful, had success at. Right now, got him second on my list, man. Like I said, champion from last year. You know, the question's being raised, do you take what they call the new guy in Kyle Larson, the kid, or the champ, right, in Chase Elliott? But truth be told, in age, they're years apart. You know, Elliott's a little younger. Larson's in his early 30s, right around 30. Larson's been doing this, man. Larson is a great race car driver. There's no mistaking that. Chase Elliott is the champ. You know, who's going to bring home that trophy for Rick Hendrick, man? And I will tell you this about Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott reminds me so much of watching Jeff Gordon run a race, because Chase Elliott, when they start in the top 10, very seldom do they exit that top 10. Unless something happens mechanically, bad pit stop penalty, they very rarely lead the top 10. He'll drive right around sometimes 4th, 5th, 6th, even if he's a second place car. He knows the equipment that he has, right? So then when we get into about that last 100 laps or that last quarter of that race, that's when he starts turning it on. He sets that race car up the whole other 3 quarters there. That last quarter, that's when he brings it. It either wins it for him, brings home a good finish, but very patient, a lot of wisdom for his age, being that young, being in the sport for only the years that he has. But I tell you what, the kid is absolutely phenomenal. That's why he's my favorite driver. That's why he's number 2 on the Who's Hot list, man. Hendrick Motorsports as a whole, I cannot say enough about that. I did not expect them to come out this way. I raised the question before the season started. I was really interested to see what Hendrick and the Chevrolet teams did on mile and a half. What kind of adjustments did you do on mile and a half? Because that was their weak point last year. You had JGR killing it. You had Stewart Haas Ford killing it. Penske won some. Those guys killed it. Chevrolet slacked there for a while. And they kind of caught on there towards the end of the season on some things. They built on that in the offseason. I tell you what, right now, nobody's got the horsepower that Hendrick Motors have. They're showing it week in, week out. This week, not so much about the horsepower as it is setting that car up. But I tell you what, when we get there to Nashville, we get to that all-star race there at Texas, we get to some of these other mile and a halves, you're going to see some of these guys flat out fly, man. They're going to make some good adjustments, man. Still turning in the right direction. Kyle Busch, I said it earlier, not a huge fan. Never take anything away from the man. Probably some of the biggest talent you have out there, if not the best talent you have in NASCAR as far as a driver. The guy can win, and right now he is hot. Couple good runs there. What, 3rd right there, or 10th, excuse me, top 10 at Circuits of the Americas. You know, had a good run going, decided to pit when you had other guys stay out. Caution fell at the right time. Something, you know, things fell, changed up, but he did make his way back into the top 10. Turns around this week, follows it up with a top 3 finish. You know, showing some good dominance. There, like I said, at Charlotte, it was interesting to watch how dirty air in that traffic of lap cars really affected cars when they ran up on them or caught them in the center of a turn or exiting a turn. It was almost like they were standing still. So that's something else we're going to have to watch for here later on in the season and see how that gets used. But that was interesting. But yeah, Kyle Busch back at it, doing a heck of a job right now. Not going to take anything away from the man. Like I said, I think he's got a lot of talent. Probably going to get a win coming up, another one soon. To me, sometimes it seems that you know, the slow part of the season for him is the summer months, and right now it seems like he's coming into the summer pretty hot. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what he continues to do, and see if he can keep building that momentum with that crew chief Ben Bashore, and see what they got going on, man. It's only gonna get better, as I feel, man. So that's gonna bring us into the who's not, and there's a couple names on here that I moved down this week because it's getting kind of stale. And the biggest name I have on that list this week is Denny Hamlin. And it's not taking anything away from Denny. He's still doing his job. He's doing what he's got to do. He's just been awfully quiet this season. He started out with those great top 5 streaks, you know, being up front a little bit, and now it's just kind of went from 1 to 5 down to 5 to 10 to 12. Not a win yet. That really hurts, and we're so used to seeing him come out and be dominant over the last couple seasons, and he just hasn't done that this year. So to me, it's something that he has to get turned around. I just moved him down to the cool list. We'll see if he can get up front and compete for a win. If he does that for a couple weeks in a row for me, I think that's going to be a big booster. Maybe put him back in the who's trending in the right direction. But no surprise to anybody that's watched the sport. Number 2 on the list, cooling down right now, is another JGR car, Martin Truex Jr., man. Like I said, horrible runs over the last few races. He got that win there. Great win, but since then, nothing but bad finishes for him. Bad luck there at Circuit of the America with that big crash. Turns around this week, not a good run, somewhere that you would expect him to have a good run. So I'm asking you guys out there, is this a slump or just a hump, man? I mean, is he going down, or is this just a little bump in the road, and expect to see big things this week at Sonoma? We all know he's a good road course racer. He's taught himself very well. Getting into that all-star race and then turning around, got Nashville, another road course after that. It's a wild schedule right here through the summer months. So I think he's got time to turn it around. Just there again, 2 of those JGR cars definitely turning in the wrong direction. They got to get it tightened up and fixed. As we said earlier, man, anybody seen Kurt Busch? I have no idea where he's at. I would figure this guy with the talent and being a past champion would have definitely poked his nose in a few races this year, at least got some top 10s going. Name's not been mentioned too much other than some highlight reels. How he avoided the wreck at the Circuits of the Americas, sliding that car in that weather as far as he did, amazed me. Shows you what kind of wheelman he is, but he's really got to get it together. And the coldest guy in the sport right now, I hate to do it to him. This is 3 out of the last like 4 weeks, I think. But Eric Almirola, man, you got to get it together, man. Like, fly out of Antarctica, brother. I'm telling you, you were up there with Santa Claus and penguins in the North Pole, bro. You got to come down to some warm weather, man. Come to Savannah, hang out for a week, man. Shake the cold bug off. Come on, man. We got to get heating up, man. I really enjoy you as a person, as a personality. I think you're a good race car driver, but we got to get this figured out, man. Whether it be team or whether it be things that you guys can do different, something's got to give, man. Because right now you are killing Tony Stewart, man. You got to be killing him right now, man. And Gene Hot, that is a lot of equipment, man. We got to get it together. So that's going to wrap it up for who's hot, who's not. Next week might be somebody new on either side of that list. Got to tune in, 6 o'clock every Wednesday. Coach's Corner, rubbing and grubbing, man. We'll find out who's on it next week. All right. No, I need another one, man. If you got another one. That one's done. It's been a while since I got to drink beer up here. Honestly, I talk too much. I don't know when to stop. I don't have any time to stop and drink the cold beer like I used to, but I'm getting a couple in tonight, that's for sure. So, like I said, man, want to give a big shout out to one of my best buds out there, man, Mr. Parker Eccles. Does such an absolutely great job for us, sponsoring our show, man. Absolutely loving to death. Arborman Tree Service. Tell you guys all the time, man, if you need anything done, Parker's the guy to give him a call. Man, I always say it doesn't matter if you need an estimate on, you know, some trim, trees being trimmed back, get a little estimate for a hurricane hit, see what's going on with that, if anything needs to be cut down, stump grinding, tree removal, anything, man. Give my man Parker Eccles a call over there at Arborman Tree Service. Like I tell you all the time, does not ever matter. Doesn't matter, no job, no, too big, too small, no tree too tall. Make sure you give Parker a call. Man, that's my bud. Thank you, bud, for everything you do for us and everything you do for help save one of your own, man. Greatly appreciated, brother. I need you to call me ASAP. Talk about that Atlanta race, man. You need to let me know what you want to do, brother. Love you, man. But all right, so now we're getting into the nitty gritty of what the really important information to know is this week going into Sonoma. I love Sonoma. This is a true road course, man. Circuits of the America, a little bit more of a wild card. None of these guys ever raced on it. That is an absolutely monster of a road course. I love it. I would love to see that race be ran in the sun with slicks, the full length of the race, not in the rain. That was just too much. I'll make a segment next week for my opinion on the Dakota Race of the Rain because I like have a big opinion on it. Talked a little bit about that on Green, White, Checkered. We'll get a little bit more to that, but I'm telling you, next week I'm going to talk about it some more because it really kind of had me irritated. But anyways, at the end of the day, coming to Sonoma, man, I said it earlier. I want to mention this because it means a lot to me. My man, Jeff Gordon, all-time winningest driver on road courses, right? 9 wins, man. Stewart, I think, second. I don't remember if he has 7 or 8. Somewhere in there. At the end of the day, my man Jeff Gordon's got the record. Now, I'm going to love this because the guy that's going to break this record is on number 1 on my top 5 list. And we're going to get to that in just a second, man. But I tell you what, I love Sonoma. Awesome racetrack. You used to have guys like Boris said, Pruitt, so many different names that teams would go out and recruit guys to come and run these couple road courses. You know, it and Watkins Glen were the only 2 forever. And before that, you know, you had a couple other ones in there. These 2 were the only 2 road courses. Now we're up to, on a normal schedule, not this year's schedule or the new schedule, you know, the Rovals and Watkins Glen and Sonoma and the Circuits of America, and you have the other road course in Indianapolis or wherever it is. I mean, you got like 6 or 7 road courses on this schedule this year, which is crazy to me. To me, I'd love for the 2 Rovals to stay. I think that's great. The road course, you know, course ovals, it's not a true road course. Keep Watkins Glen, keep Sonoma. And maybe the other 2 do away with if you can. Or if it's a better venue, I mean, move them around. I hate to see Watkins Glen go just because it's so historic, so fast. Hate to see Sonoma go again because it is a challenging race course that a lot of guys have raced on, makes it a good race. But something's got to give with that. But like I say, getting into it, man, getting ready to go to grape country, getting ready to drink some wine, and what a better place than Napa, right? And I'm just saying, Napa is a couple different things, but when we're getting into this top 5 right here for the week, man, we're getting into this top 5. If you didn't catch on to any of the hints I've been throwing out, Chase Elliott is going to bring this home in first place again, man. Another road course, 6 out of the last 7 brought it home. Now, the one interesting fact I will tell you is he has not won at Sonoma. That is very interesting. So, I think he goes out, he seals the deal, he gets that win here again, launches them into 7 wins, 2 behind Gordon. The kid's so young. This kid right here is probably, in as many road courses we're racing right here, he might have double-digit wins on a road course. We might be talking 13, 14, 15, 16 by the time that career is over. So he's definitely going to break that record. But nothing makes me happier than to have my man Chase Elliott do it. Going from one legacy to another legacy right here. Love the man. Going to get it done. Number 2. Might surprise you a little bit, probably not. Kyle Busch, man. Said he's hot. Guy's been doing really good. Ran the Circuits of the America race really smart, really well. Probably had a top 3 or 4 car had he done the same strategies as the cars that were on the same pit as him. Didn't. Stopped early just in case. Cost him a few spots. Came back and finished 10th. I mean, that's amazing. So got him as number 2 this week. Turning in the right direction. Always got to watch out for him. 3, Kyle Larson. Like I said, dominating these ovals, dominating shorts, but really surprised me on the Circuits of the America, the way that he was able to drive that car and be as dominant as he was and as fast as he was. So I look for them to bring a car, if not the same, very similar there to Sonoma this week. Obviously going to propel him inside the top 5. I feel that's why he's 3rd on the list. 4 for me, guy that was on the cold side, man. Denny Hamlin. Not too many wins here, not too much success on road courses, but he does have a good amount of experience. Think that he can go out and get the job done. Now, as you notice, I've not mentioned a couple names as Martin Truex Jr. He is not going to be on this list this week, so if you're waiting to hear him pop into this 5th place, you are absolutely wrong. The guy that is going to be in this 5th place, I'll call it for 2 weeks in a row, man. You're going to end up having 3 out of the 4 Hendrick cars inside the top 5 at the end of this thing. I think William Byron is doing exactly what he needs to do. simulations, so much seat time being behind the seat and getting the feel and the rhythm for this racetrack. They bring a good piece of equipment like they had there at Circuits of the America. I know he lost his top 10 streak there. I look for redemption here at this next road course. Expect William Byron there to run and round out my top 5. Now, getting into the dark horse, not going to be too dark, not going to be too deep this week, man. At the end of the day, these are 2 guys that have been building momentum, running successful, really feel like they're pretty decent at road course racing if they can keep their nose clean. There again, 17 of Chris Buescher. I think what they have going on right now at Roush Fenway is speaking volumes, man. That guy is taking that 17 car week in and week out and being very consistent between, top 14, 14 to 7th, 8th place, 6th place sometimes, running good. And as long as they keep doing that, that's only going to propel them up over the next couple years into the next level. So just really hope for him to do big things, get the wins, do it big, man. Going to be a good run this week, probably at Sonoma for Chris Buescher. On the other side of that, the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse. I think that there again, this guy's got a lot of talent. Just hasn't been able to put it all together yet. Been successful a couple times, but I look for him to have a good run here at Sonoma. I've seen him have good runs in the past and get caught up late. As I said, if he can keep that nose clean, if he can manage that race well, clean pit stops, put himself inside the top 10, 12, maybe have some guys have some trouble, find himself right up there inside those top 6, 7 race cars as well. Pay off dividends, man. So that's going to bring us right into the other part of the show. Rubbing is racing. Now we're getting into grubbing is being tasted, man. And I have one of the most special guests dear to my heart here tonight with me. I tell you what, man, never ceases to amaze me. Seen quite a few races herself. This is going to be my beautiful daughter, Miss Kaylee Bain, bringing up the food to her dad right here at Coach's, the Bug. All right. So this is my girl. Tell me right now, who do we pull for on Sundays?
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. That's the only person we pull for, correct?
Yes, sir.
You heard it here first. I'm telling you right now, that's the Bug. Thank you, Bug. I love you so much.
Love you.
Mwah. All right. So what, my beautiful daughter, and I'm going to tell all these little boys out there, don't even, and you better go like, share, and follow all my social media if you're friends with my daughter and you like my daughter. And I'm telling you right now, you keep your hands off my daughter because I'm going to kill you. Swear to God, I'll kill you. Anyways, at the end of the day, what we got right here, we got chicken finger baskets, we got some coleslaw, we got the house honey mustard, man. One of the staples. I tear this up all the time in here. You can never go wrong with some fried fingers, especially coming out of Coach's, man. These things are absolutely awesome. Honey mustard is awesome. I like to get weird with it. I even make a little slaw chicken tender, man. I do some weird stuff, but that's just me, man. As soon as I get done, I'm getting ready to get off, and I'm going to tear a couple of these up, man. Want to give a big shout out to all our shows as well, man. Unfortunately, Coach Carl DeMassi's not going to be doing his show tonight. Don't know if he's going to be doing it on Saturday as well. He had a passing in the family, so Coach, I just wanted to let you know, big thoughts and prayers from the guys here at Rubbing and Grubbing and at Coach's Corner. Thoughts and prayers are out to you and your family. Make sure you tell everybody we're thinking about them and praying for them. Hope for a speedy heal, Coach. Know how it is, man, but we love you, brother, and can't wait till you come back and see us, man. Like I said, always tune in. Hot Grits, you got them coming up on Spotify. All the podcasts they do. Travis Spencer, crazy dudes, fun dudes. Hopefully they pop back up here in Coach's sometime soon. I hadn't seen them in a while, hadn't been able to get together. But I know they're busy, man, and once they get that thing going, man, got to get them back up here. As we always say, Coach Carlin coming on. Coach also got the show Who's on First Base with Kyle Larson as well. Talking everything baseball from bananas to the Braves to, high school stuff going on around here, recruiting, everything, man. They always keep you up to date on all the baseball news. As we always say, big shout out and thanks to John and Adele Henderson for everything they do for us here at Coach's Corner. Everybody behind the scenes, everything that everybody does for us as Rubbing and Grubbing and all the other shows here at Coach's. Thank you guys for your support. Also, thanks to PJ Zuko and ESPN 104.3. Every Sunday coming on live with him, me and PJ and myself doing green, white, checkered. Great little NASCAR show. Get you hyped up for the race on Sunday. Talk a little bit of news, things that are broken since Wednesday. But we have a good time on there. PJ very knowledgeable. I'm very knowledgeable, man. So we go back and forth a little bit. Few different picks, few different outlooks. But at the end of the day, we're both huge race fans. So if you hadn't checked that out, check it out. Sundays, 104.3, 431 ESPN Radio. You can stream it also after that on StreamCloud, I'm pretty sure. Pretty neat little deal. Also catch that on ESPN Coastal's Facebook page. Great show. But hey, man, as always, we just got our mask mandate lifted right here for the county in the city of Savannah today. So, you know, no other way to celebrate. I don't have to say mask up, be safe anymore. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to do this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the support. Like, share, follow all our social media. Check us out on YouTube, Rubbing and Grubbing. Subscribe, man. Like I said, does nothing but help us, help our local community. That's what it's all about. Not only NASCAR, helping the charities, helping support. That's what community is all about. That's what we need more of. Hey, man, until then, tell the guys and the loved ones you got out there that you love them, hug them, kiss them. Take that mask off if you're here in Savannah, man. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to worry about it anymore. But I still want you to do one thing, man. Make sure you guys wash your hands, man. Thank y'all. Love you. Till next time, y'all. That was fun.